On April 18th, Kyedae announced that she was done with streaming. In case you live on Mars, Kyedae is one of the biggest Valorant content creators in the scene, with thousands upon thousands of adoring fans supporting her every broadcast. But due to health complications and shifting priorities to competing in game changers, Kyedae just doesn't want to stream, and I get it. Neither do I. But how do the countless amounts of rankings and streams translate to competitive Valorant? Is Kyedae ready to challenge players who've been grinding at this for years? Let's find out. Valorant Mobile is literally right around the corner, and if you want to smurf your competition from day one, you need Red Magic's Astra Gaming tablet. Red Magic is the #1 choice for mobile gaming, and I've been using this tablet ever since I got it. It runs games better than most of your PCs. The tablet can play games at 165 Hz and achieves an over 90% screen-to-body ratio. It's beautiful! And it's also enhanced with an ICE-X cooling system that incorporates Liquid Metal 2.0. Meaning statistically, this machine is built to last longer than your traditional tablets. The Red Magic Astra Gaming tablet also features stereo dual 1620 speakers, delivering immersive, high-fidelity audio. Like in Valorant, you won't miss a single footstep. Then pile on things like AI from Google and cool accessories that are on their way. What more could you want? Now, Valorant Mobile isn't out yet, so I've been running similar FPSs so that I'm ready to hit rating ASAP. And get a gun buddy. Guys, if you want a gaming tablet that is built for gaming and has the graphics to back it up, why waste time with any other device? So to learn about Red Magic and their top-tier gaming machines, be sure to click my link down in the description. On Pistol, we already see Kyedae making confident decisions. There are so many ghosts here that you'd think you'd be looking at my Tinder chat history, except for Kyedae's sheriff. But Teets, why a sheriff? Is she brain dead? Only I could buy Deagle and pissed around because I play Jett. No, Jimmy. See, some agents in Valorant, like Jett, can buy this hand cannon on round 1, and it isn't troll. Killjoy's one of them. That's because the strongest part of her kit is her turret. The rest, they're alright, but with her signature, she can hold flank and fight side with her team, both of which are long sightlines, way better than a ghost ever could. 2 body shots is nuts. And here, the offense are going to need all the firepower they can get, as the defense are set up in a 1-1-3, ready to push up and fight for A main. But can they fend off 5 attackers? The defense make the first move by rocketing Belt, allowing ISO to isolate lower. He moves up while his teammates hold Belt. But now, it's the attacker's turn. Teo moves up Belt and drones from that side. Because this drone is so far away, Edith's teammates can't help her. Plus, who's expecting this pathing anyway? And ISO falls. The drone makes it through, and the offense storm past main behind KO 0 point, but Reyna, did we seriously buy an extra heal? And not a flash? The best one in the game? The defense raised their toxic screen, and I have no idea how TV are getting through. And Teo fires his missiles, and maybe KO's flash can work? But there's 3 here already.
Spike down A. Player standing.
Reyna's Leers are some of the strongest flashes in Valorant. With infinite range and long duration, this spooky eyeball would have protected TV when passing through this Viper wall. But instead, the hero of our story is in a 3 versus 1. Armed with a sheriff and the enemies at low HP, it's winnable. Now instead of playing together, YFP swing past the toxic screen, Killjoy places a bot, Teo missiles pipes, Kyedae breaks the alarm bot. Then Viper swings on her own. Teo's drone from up top, scans Kyedae, but drops to backside to play off his Killjoy. Why not front sight? If you want to trade off your teammate, this is the quickest way to go. Whatever. All that does is give our protagonist a second chance to find Corrupt.
One enemy remaining.
The 2 key factors to winning a clutch is to punish your opposition for poor mistakes and isolating 1v1s. That makes sense, you can't kill 2 people at once. And Kyedae did great at doing that. YFP were not together at all, but she reloaded too early. TV, God, I love their name and branding, had to save the next round and they got rolled. But now it's their must-win full buy. If they lose, YFP's economy, ult points, and confidence are going to start to snowball. They need a good game plan. In their 3-1-1, their goal is to apply pressure B, but end A, while the defense are prepared to fight this on their own 2-2-1. So how good is this default going to be? Very. It begins with a pair of missiles at the most common spots to spot main. Tail throws out his spider drone, Viper lowers her curtain, and KO's knife lands yellow. With this toxic screen and all this utility, there's probably a bulk of the offense here. So the defense back off, and the offense start to group up towards Kyedae, whose health Kyedae and almost gets her head blown off. See, when this initial default was happening, Misu did recon A main, and that got broken. The defense knew someone was here, making this peek risky as hell. Swinging belt dry is a death sentence, as when you do so, you're exposed to like 1, 2, 3, 50 different off angles. But having this way is also important. I break it down in this video here, but basically in Icebox, you want to abuse as many angles and elevations as possible. But you gotta use utility. Maybe because she knew 2 outlaws were in play and she had full armor, this isn't as bad. But regardless, the attackers are moving into A, pause to let the defense's drone expire. They stay quiet. It dies, and the defense feel like it isn't A. I mean, look at Viper. But then ISO pushes down B main behind Teo's drone. It isn't B. Killjoy spotting mid, so Viper does a 180 and heads back to A. Misu rips a shock knowing the offense are here, but can the attackers take the site before more reinforcements come? They know it's A. Oh, look at ISO!
Right here. Right here.
The TV don't feel safe pushing past this toxic screen against an outlaw. With the decay damage, it will kill them. So they cut noise, wait it out, molly back sight, and the defense darts. Of course it's still A, but without any other map control, the offense needs to force through this stack.
Right here. Senora.
Yahoo! We took sight against the stack, let's go! Good job, team, we did it. I'm so proud of us. Wait, Killjoy, if you're up here, then who's watching Flame?
Spike down A.
Destabilizing.
Last player standing.
TV have recovered. Earlier in the round, ISO made it all the way through B and mashed Kyedae's turret, but she still had the lower part of A main on watch. Call it unlucky or whatever, but as a Sentinel player, you need to be very cautious and vocal about any avenue that your back may be exposed to. I mean, this backup bot is nice. Instead of having to watch 2 lanes, you only gotta hold 1, and you can from a long distance, but no one on TV did. Now, it's a race against the clock, and Malia's outlaw.
1 enemy remaining. 10 seconds left.
Toxin screen down.
Spike planted.
On the following eco, TV's plan was to default B in a 4-1, being close to so many ults, but got blindsided by this Teo ult and missiles. But they persisted, and eventually the defense were forced back by a malfunction in Teo's wrist stun, but the offense got shred up in this crossfire. Now Kyedae lurked up A, but it's a 1 versus 5. No way she pulls off this, right?
Deleted. My ultimate is ready.
She got hers, but now it's another vital full buy versus full buy, and they have the perfect ult to guarantee a free round, Kyedae's lockdown. Now before they just go A, TV are defaulting around the map first before doing so, while the defense are ready to contest mid and B in their eventual 2-2-1. The round starts with the offense lobbing an orb and nano for mid, signaling a mid default. But the offense are headed A and knife pipes as Teo starts to get suspicious about mid, and both teams release their spider drones to investigate the areas. Mid's clear, B's been quiet, and the attacker's crab has made it onto A site. This is the most obvious time to rip a Killjoy lockdown, and Kyedae does. Now, despite YFP having rotates on the way, there's not much they can do. Maybe a shock dart missiles combo to break it, but Teo used those early in the round to contest A. That's why the offense droned. They felt like someone was here. But now the defense have to get off site, the offense funnel in, and Viper tries denying the plant with this nano, but also has a wrist rocket malfunction. Do your warm-ups, people. Arthritis isn't a joke. But while exchanging shots in util, the offense get a generally safe plant off, and everyone backs off site, making the next step of their game plan clear as day. Because the offense used next to nothing to take site, they still have every molly in their arsenal, so by planning the open, they can sit back and delay for a combined, I did the math, almost 20 seconds. This is what they have, I think. I don't know, this game is hard to break down without a replay system or HUD on the sides. Riot, please send help. So everyone backs off except Reyna. She's gonna fight till her last breath and hold the line to buy as much time as possible. The retake starts with Sova joining from heaven. That gets canceled, so the defense nuke backside, thinking that TV are playing up, but Reyna flashes back. Reyna's fallen, but KO's layered on the first of many mollies, buying time for a Kyedae wraparound. Oh, wait, Viper! You didn't molly, and KO still had flashes to fight with. Kyedae, you might have to hurry. The defense have taken sight and go in for the first tap. It's halved! Kyedae has to start sprinting.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
When playing post with Teo, you have to account for the travel time and his abilities. They don't just spawn right away like Brim Smokes. And now had Kyedae known that the defuse was halved, I'm sure she would have started running. But when your teammates are throwing their lives away and not mollying in time, it makes it look like your lurks are taking too long. Had the AoE been fired at the right time, she probably bags a triple kill. And TV win the round. It's another full wait. Reyna doesn't have armor. Kyedae, can you drop your Reyna? She has to entry. Okay, well, maybe no one noticed. Unlucky. Well, the wings haven't worked for the offense, so this round, TV is going to try and set up Kyedae for a lurk in their 2-2-1. Because Killjoy's bots can be placed and left on their own, that makes this Sentinel a great lurk agent. But the defense are expecting an A hit because they have 4 players here and only Killjoy and her bots holding these 2/3 of the map. So do they push out and catch a flank like we've seen before? Both teams burst through the buy phase behind a bunch of rockets. Kyedae lobs a nano for Boiler, and Reyna flashes mid while the defense ride the rope down A main. In mid, Kyedae feels safe to move up, and slowly makes her way into tube, while the defense have gotten established on A. The TV's next step? Pressure B. Viper raises her toxic screen, Teo releases a stealth drone, and it scurries down main, spotting the defense's alarm bot. TV move up to investigate, but the defense have also cleared out A main, and have spotted the spike. ISO drops from Nest, and these two barely miss each other. But then Kyedae dies. Again, can't tell without a replay system, but if you slow things down, she didn't have her gun out. Weird. And I don't think her teammates expect Edith. Okay, ISO only got one, not bad, but the offense are still down a member and have decided to group A and give it their best effort. But they never broke the alarm bot. The defense know you're going A, rotates are coming, and they're about to meet TV head on. It's like they're stream sniping.
Toxin screen down. Toxin screen.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Twitch has taken so much of TV's ad revenue that they have to save this round, but have enough to afford one Vandal. On attack, this isn't the worst, as your team can stay clumped and move around the map as one unit and all take turns with the Vandal. But in these situations, you want to make sure that your best mechanically gifted player has the rifle so that they can make a play. Usually, this is a duelist, as they're the ones leading the charge. But here, it's Kyedae. Her team must have the faith in her to come up big, or they just didn't think of this. Either way, their plan is to slam B, but are pressuring mid with a few lineups, while the defense are set up to contest to mid and A in their 1-2-2. The round starts quick, with the defense securing A immediately behind these missiles and recon, while the attackers nuke the B main jump spot, bottom boiler, and someone throws a molly for top because this turret gets broken. But TV aren't slowing this subathon down and are droning main. The 0 point lands on yellow, forcing Melia to pop her poison orb. She desperately wants to hold on to this space with her teammate top sight. TV have taken sight, I guess. I mean, you don't really take B on Icebox. Snap sucks. You just want this small plant spot. Anyway, the offense have to pause and drop their toxic screen as they used it to cross and eliminate all these long range angles they would otherwise have to fight with their sheriffs. As the offense are recharging their mana, the defense have deduced that it is not A, and Teo has moved down mid to box the attackers in. The 3-stack is going to stay on B until his sightline gets broken. Now, the attackers wall up and try again.
Show me a target.
One enemy remaining.
And there was a small gap in their toxic screen. If you want to line up for the perfect one, here it is. Go practice it. It's pretty precise. Now, with her back against the wall in a 1 versus 3, all Reyna has is a sheriff. Kyedae had the Vandal. On the following full buy, going B was a death sentence. And not only did Viper have the extra money to buy an op, YFP comboed their undercut really well with Sova's Hunter's Fury. Off the sound of Teo activating his drone, ISO ripped his vulnerable, and Sova got one. Then Kyedae tried making a play in mid by lurking across with Viper's orb, but just got pre-fired. Now, as much as I want to sugarcoat this, TV are getting their asses kicked, and they know it. They're desperately forcing up this round, and YFP can smell the desperation. The defense have invested in the 2 outlaws and are in a similar 1-2-2 setup. The round starts, and the defense secure the orb behind a couple rockets, and Sova's recon. Bot 8 has their ultimate, but the offense respond back by flashing and swinging belt. KO drones down jail, and KO knife sight. The defense are forced to back off. But the stack is here. No one was B or mid. Can the force buy beat this stack?
Spike down A.
First off, this spacing is really bad. When entering site, you want to make sure you're glued to your teammate's hip so that you're always ready to trade. Second, Nui is nuts. Why didn't they get the Vandal on the half buy? Spoiler alert, they end with 6 first bloods and 4 first deaths in this loss. They're mechanically gifted. Like I said, if you want to win, you cannot be selfish and should always set up your duelists or players who are feeling it up for success. But with your player advantage even, and their ISO on a flank, Kyedae activates her lockdown in such a way that the attackers are forced to run into one of them.
Enemy remaining. Last player standing.
On the following eco, I think TV just assumed that A and B weren't working, so they all crammed themselves into mid, which did bait out the defense's Teo ult, which tried flooding them out. I think reversing it will get them out of 2 better. But Inui and Irene caught the defense off guard and almost retrieved a rifle in kitchen. But ISO and Teo were standing by, protected it, and the offense never expected the flank from Sova since A was so quiet. Now, I'll be honest, these two held out in main and garage for like ever. No, seriously, like both teams just played peekaboo into the last second. These guys were 1 HP, but TV just couldn't land the shots with the sheriffs. Anywho, it's another full buy for both teams, and another chance for TV to get on the board. But first, a timeout with 2 rounds left. In all seriousness though, I don't think TV have a coach. I didn't see one on VLR, but I hope you guys don't think I'm being mean or rude or directing hate at Kyedae or anyone in the game changer scene. It's just that she said she's retiring from streaming to compete and do other things. Great. I just thought it'd be fun to see where she's at. And at the time of writing this script, this was her most recent game. They've actually won quite a bit since then, but I know this scene gets a lot of hate, and for no reason, really. Especially when they're better than most of you watching this video. So, what's their new plan coming out of the timeout? They're going A. Welcome to Icebox, while the defense are contesting them head-on in a 1-1-3. Only in this setup, Viper can join the 3-stack since Killjoy's turret watches kitchen, under tube, and the alarm bot's got B. So the defense are heavy predicting an A hit, considering the offense have 3 ults online. The round starts with both teams dumping utility on the front half of A, but Bot 8's gotten to jail, and their teammates are posted on their lower and belt. The offense take a breather to walk up ramp and drone down belt, spotting Teo. The defense retreat off the start of KO's null command and huddle back sight. Without a replay system, this is so hard. So ISO was ready to cancel out a drone with his suppress, which is why TV threw it out from upper, and there was a drone to help Teo escape while the offense tried hitting him with this stun. Okay, TV are filing in, but the defense raised their wall.
Welcome to my world.
Enemy down.
Okay, pause. There's a lot wrong with this situation. KO has the spike and needs to give it to someone else if he's going first, and I'm pretty sure Reyna could have flashed for him. The spacing just feels rushed. But more importantly, this Viper ult is really, really bad. See, a lot of players make the mistake of popping their pit way too early before the spike's planted. Doing this just gives the defense a big smoke to flat out and prevent the plant, which is what happened. The spike's down, and the offense can't reach it. Going for KO is an instant spam death sentence, so they start with a couple mollies, but then Teo gets an idea.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
Alarm bot out.
There.
Last player standing.
The offense have gotten the spike, but Killjoy, all you had to do was contain. Why make so much noise? And good from Kyedae to use her alarm bot as bait to swing off of. Now it's a 1 versus 2. Can ISO clutch?
Spike down A.
It's the final round of the half, and YFP are busting out a gun that I wish more teams did, the Odin. The defense are in the same soon-to-be 1-1-3, and Viper has the extra cash to stash the machine gun backed by Snowman. Against this thing, it is damn near impossible to get a plant off. And on A, there's more spammable walls than you guys think. Now, the offense just went A, and it worked, so why not try it again? The defense moved first by reconning and botting deep on B, but the offense advanced, miss a molly lineup, drone, and push ISO back. YFP respond with missiles to stall the attackers, but it isn't working. The attackers send theirs, the defense raise their toxic screen, but Sova's ready to rip his Hunter's Fury.
Last player standing.
If we're going to push in, it needs to be together and behind Reyna Lears. TV instead paused, and the defense just followed Reyna's tracers, and that kill triggered the Hunter's Fury. That leaves Kyedae in a 1 versus 3, and we've seen her almost win these before. Can she do it again? Okay, in a clutch, you want to isolate your duels one at a time, like we saw in round 1. Here, she tried dodging the drone, but she just put herself in a horrible spot, exposed to so many angles. Oh well. So, do you think Kyedae stands up to top game changer competition? Watch this video and you tell me if she stands a chance.